The story of Ava, the burning desire for a better life. Chapter 1. The Dream. Beyond the bamboo hedge, Ava grew up in a poor village where the rice paddies provided just enough for families to subsist. Ava's familiar backdrop was one of shaky houses, faces etched with the stress of worry, and eyes resigned to fate. From a young age, Ava harbored a fierce, burning desire. She did not want her life to repeat the endless cycle of poverty. Ava was an excellent student, but the door to university seemed impossibly far. Her mother often sighed, "My daughter, study enough and then come back to marry a local man. Everyone's life is the same." But Ava refused to accept this. She believed that education was the only path out of poverty. During the day, Ava helped her mother work in the fields and took on odd jobs. At night, she lit a dim oil lamp and immersed herself in her books. Ava's aspiration was not just for herself, but for a future where her parents would no longer have to toil with bent backs in the fields. Chapter 2. Breaking the village wall at 18. Ava was admitted to a prestigious university in the city. It was a great victory, but also the start of a new battle. The magnificent city was both fast and harsh. Ava faced financial burden, tuition fees, rent, food. Everything was an immense pressure. Isolation. The village girl, with her regional accent and old clothes, felt self-conscious among her fashionable and dynamic city peers. Ava did not have the money to take comfortable part-time jobs like working in a cafe or bookstore. She took on the toughest jobs, serving at the night market, cleaning offices early in the morning, and even working night shifts at a packaging factory. Despite the grueling work, Ava maintained her principle: never neglect her studies. She slept very little, always carried books with her, studying during short breaks, even on crowded buses. Chapter 3. Aspiration turns into action. Everything changed when Ava studied development economics. She realized that being a good student wasn't enough. She had to apply her knowledge to change reality. Ava started by looking at her hometown's biggest problem: farm produce being unfairly priced. The initiative, Ava and a few student friends planned to build a small e-commerce platform, directly connecting the village's clean produce with city customers. The challenge: initially, the farmers were skeptical, viewing it as a pipe dream. Ava had to return to the village, using the economic knowledge she had learned to analyze the profits and persuade them one by one. Ava didn't just sell a product, she sold the story of the honest farmers and the quality and cleanliness of the produce. Chapter 4. Transformation shines through after 2 years of persistence. Ava's platform flourished. The village's produce was no longer subjected to low prices dictated by traders. The income of the local residents increased significantly. Ava's aspiration had become reality. She graduated with honors, but instead of staying in the city for a high-paying job, Ava decided to return to her hometown. She established a new type of cooperative, applying technology to production and management. The little girl from the village was now the leader and inspiration for the entire community. During a conversation with the village children, Ava shared, "Life doesn't hand us a free ticket to prosperity. But we possess something more valuable: aspiration and willpower. The desire for a better life will be the fire that burns away laziness, the motivation that helps you study and work tirelessly. But never accept your fate if you know you deserve something better." Apus. Initial aspiration didn't just bring a better life for herself and her family. It ignited belief and hope for a bright future for an entire community. Where there is a will, there is a way. The strong conclusion. The legacy of aspiration. The years passed, and Ava's once poor village had completely changed its face. The shaky thatched roofs were replaced with sturdy homes, and the muddy dirt roads were paved. The most common sight now was not faces full of worry, but the bright, hopeful smiles of the residents. Ava's cooperative didn't stop at farm produce. She expanded into agroecological tourism, attracting visitors from all over. Ava became a prominent entrepreneur in the province, constantly invited to share her experience at major forums. Once, while standing in the lush green fields managed by advanced technology, Ava's father, now comfortably retired, had tears in his eyes as he spoke to his daughter. "I used to think my life would only revolve around the plough and hoe. I feared you would have to suffer. Now, you have not only achieved a better life for yourself, but have created a better life for the entire village. I am so proud of you." Ava smiled, her gaze distant, watching the village children playing happily. She knew that her journey was not a miracle, but the result of a choice made on a lonely night by the light of an oil lamp. She chose to fight for her aspiration instead of accepting her destiny. The greatest legacy Ava left behind was not wealth, but an unshakable belief. As long as one holds the burning flame of aspiration for a better life in their heart, and is willing to exchange it for sweat, tears, and an indomitable will, then every barrier can be broken. Aspiration is the power that creates the most enduring prosperity